All right, guys, we're gonna talk about stage planning a little bit, and this is a jungle run, which is one of the hardest type of stages to plan. Stage planning, I always break it down into a couple of segments. So first thing is to figure out where all the targets are. Identify every target in the stage. The second part is identify your mandatory positions. And the third part is to make sure that we have our flow down. So the last section is visualization. So figure out where all the targets are, figure out mandatory positions. So for instance, up here, I'm gonna show you where you have to get into this one corner to see a particular clay. And then we figure out where the flow is. So where am I doing my reloads? What targets can I get from different positions if I wanna take them from here or over there, if there's options. So we play with that, and then we have to visualize. Now, how I visualize a stage like this is I wanna break it down into sections. So the first part of this is starting on heels on the marks. I wanna come up and I got 2 slugs in my shotgun. I gotta hit this long slug target down here. Now, in this particular stage, I did not. I don't know why, it just didn't happen. You also need to plan for contingencies. I knew I was gonna take 2 shots on that and leave it. If I didn't hit it at that point, which frankly I wasn't planning on missing it, but who does? But if I didn't hit it, I was just gonna take off. That being said, if you are gonna have a contingency built in, have an extra mag with slugs or something like that, we could do so. So, threw those 2 at it, missed it. But after that slug target, I'm gonna immediately transition down to this close clay that's right here. Now, when I shoot this clay, I know we're only about 6 yards away from it. I need to make sure I put my dot above the clay about that much, because my pattern is only going to open about the size of a clay. So if I aim right on the clay, it's probably not gonna bust it. Once I do that, now we're off to the races. We're gonna start moving down the course of fire, but I wanna break this up into bite-sized chunks so I can actually visualize it. So we ran the stage a couple hours ago, but I can still see the pattern here. As soon as I take this, take the low one, I'm gonna be able to come over here and shoot 3. So we have clay, as I step in, steel and steel. As we move up, I know I'm gonna push a little bit here because I wanna gain some ground here. And then we have 4 on the right. So it's 3 left, 4 right. I've got clay, clay, there's a steel. Now my index point for that steel was right above, there was a banner right here, right above the banner between the 2 trees. That's a quick index point, so I know that's gonna come in there. It was hard to see earlier, especially as it gets shot up with shotgun. It makes that paint all splattered. And then I'm gonna transition over to this clay here on the dirt pile. So 4 shots here. The next one is another 4. I'm gonna push hard, run up here, and I've got 4 on the left. Starting off with clay, steel, steel, and then another clay. And this is where I need to make sure that I'm running quickly so I cover this ground and I'm not hunting and pecking. On a jungle run, hunting and pecking is the death of your stage. You're gonna sit there and be looking for the target, kind of creeping along. It's gonna take a long time. So we got clay, steel, steel, clay, and I've got another little push here with 2 on the right. So I know I'm hitting that last clay, transitioning to 2 on the right, and then I've got 2 on the left. So if we go through this, we've got 3 left, 4 right, 4 left, 2 right, 2 left. So that's where we are now. I got these 2 on the left, and then this is where I was talking about a specific spot. There is a little clay hiding behind these blocks over here. So I know I had to come all the way to this left side and pick that one up. Now, at that point, that was my indicator, my index point for me to do my reload. So I immediately went ahead and did my reload here so that I had a fresh mag to engage these flyers. When you have flying clays, we always want to make sure that we have enough ammo in the gun. There's nothing worse, well, there are worse things, but there's few things worse than activating a flying clay and then running out of ammo at the same time. So threw a fresh mag in, activated both of them, took those 2 flying clays out. As soon as I did that, I needed to step off to my right a little bit. Now this is where there were some options. I can see plates off to my right, but it's not a good time to pick them up right now. I wanted to pick up these 2 clays that you can see right through here. And the reason I get those is because as I push forward up to this banner, there was a banner here. As I push forward, this one's gonna be past the 180 and this one kind of disappears. But what happens is I get these 3 plates that open up for me and I don't have to try to hunt and peck through it. The first couple walkthroughs I did, I was hunting pecking like crazy trying to get that first plate just because of the way that it appeared and disappeared through the trees. When I came up to here, I can see all 3 of them really simply and I can transition immediately to this 3rd clay that's farther back here. At that point, I know I've got a little push to get up past this big pine tree. This is my next index point, and I've got 2 plates right behind that pine tree. After I take those 2 plates, I know it is now time for the final mag. So I got a big stick, a 20 round mag that I'm gonna stick in there. We had a slug target here at the end, but I have a birdshot still in my chamber. So I burned the birdshot on the clay. 3 rounds at the slug target, that just makes up for any misses I had. Now I got on the first one, so I burned those 2. And then I wanted a good plan for this array because it's a really wide array. There's a lot of targets just kind of scattered throughout the trees here. So what I did is I immediately broke it off to the left side and I shot clay, plate, 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 clay. And then indexing back from here, I knew I needed to go to the right side of this banner. And if you come over here, you can see there's 2 plates back there. And if you are just to the left, you're only gonna see one of them. So I needed to make sure I was in the right spot for that. So I indexed here, immediately transitioned here, shot those, shot this one, and then shot those. And those were my last 2 plates in the back there. So when we break this down, we talk about, segmenting this out. We had the first slug target and the clay. And then I had 3 on the left, 4 on the right, 4 more on the left, 2 on the right, 2 on the left. The hidden clay, we call that a little bitch target because it drives you crazy if you miss it. So I know I needed to hit that. That's my indicator to do the reload. Stuck the reload. The activators and the flying clays. Then we had the 2 clays past that on the left-hand side. Run up to the banner, 3 plates from the banner. 1 more clay on the left. Run up to the big pine tree. 2 plates behind that, potentially a double. I think I got it with 1 shot. And then do my reload after that little double on the pine tree. Then you come up to here, burn the birdshot on the clay, slug, shoot the left side, index to the right side of this banner where I can see both of those, and shoot the right side. That is how I break down a jungle run. And I know it's kind of complex, there's a lot going on with this. I hope that helped you guys with will help you guys with your next jungle run that you encounter. Try to break it down to bite-sized pieces and memorize those chunks. Another important part of this is try to get a full speed walkthrough at some point. If you can, get people out of your way, even if it's your on deck run, try to see at what point can you push fast, at what point do you need to kind of creep so that you're not overshooting a position and just making a target disappear. So anyway, that's it. We're done with the match. I'm gonna go see what the awards are, and I appreciate you guys for sticking through this little video on stage planning, stage walkthrough. There's a lot to this, but I hope this will help you.